Hello and welcome to the February 18th edition of the Index Sports Show. I'm Blake Toppmeyer, Editor-in-Chief of the Index, along with Jack Nicholl, Sports Editor, and Brendan O'Brien, Men's Swimming Beat Reporter. And this week we're taking a look at swimming, both the men and women, fresh off competition last weekend at the New South Intercollegiate Swim Conference, where the women finished first place and the men finished fifth. Women added 4 national qualifiers at the meet. The men got 1. Jack, Brendan, what were Coach Gold's thoughts on the way both the women and the men performed at the conference?
I asked Gold about the women, and he was really pleased. In fact, had a quote that said they accomplished pretty much everything they wanted to accomplish. They had 5 women going into the meet who really had a chance at a B cut, 4 individuals, and then Karina Potts through a relay, and they got 4 out of those 5. The one they missed, just barely missed, and they also won conference. So getting the A cuts, winning conference were their 2 main goals, and they accomplished that pretty well.
On the men's side, Coach Gold said he wasn't disappointed with only the one qualifier for nationals, and although that's less than it has been in the past, with the young team the way it is, the relays, there were no relay qualifiers, so that led to only the 1 qualifier.
Yeah. Already mentioned the 1 qualifier. It's Jared Sinek. He got 3 A cuts at the meet: the 500 freestyle, the mile freestyle, and the 400 IM. Three A cuts in 1 meet. Where does that performance, you think, stack up from maybe some of the past individual performances for a men's swimmer at the conference meet?
I talked to Coach Gold about this, and he said that it's definitely up there. Last year, Andrew Burdine also qualified in 3 different meets, but in 3 different events, but he was also aided by the relays, and Sinek was really surprised actually that he qualified in all 3 events. Coach Gold said he was hoping for 2, but 3 really just shocked him when it happened.
Okay. Yeah, Simek's best event was the mile freestyle, and that was on the last day. But he didn't really want to wait till the last day, so he actually got it in his first event, the 500-yard freestyle. Lost his goggles on the prelims, lost about 10 seconds there. He got in the 500, and then the 400 IM, and then the mile later on.
It's a very successful day or a successful weekend for him. Conference victory for the women. That's their 10th straight conference title, 6 of which coming in this conference. Does that indicate anything going into nationals?
Yeah, I don't really think it does. Truman tapers for the conference meet. At least they taper the swimmers who have not already qualified for nationals. Drury is part of the conference, but they don't even send their whole team. Henderson State got 2nd place, or Delta State, or anyway, I forget which one, but they got 2nd place. They had a pretty strong showing, but I think Truman they expected to win the whole time. They were only slightly ahead after day 3, really pulled ahead on day 4, and won by about 200 points, and it wasn't really that close by then.
Yeah. On the men's side, Brian Tillis, a guy that was fairly close to getting an A cut in the mile. Any chance that he's going to swim at the last chance meet? I know he got qualified for nationals at that event last year.
Right. Brian Tillis and Jared Sinek were neck and neck in the mile throughout the entire year, and Sinek surged ahead at the conference meet, and Tillis fell just short, but he's decided not to swim at the last chance meet for a couple of reasons. One, he just doesn't think that he'll be able to make up that time in such a short time span. And also, last year when he did qualify, if he was to do that, he would be at a disadvantage because he would have swam later than most of the other swimmers that he was swimming at nationals.
Right. A lot of the swimmers who do qualify at conference, they train hard for about a week, and then they hit their taper again going into nationals. Well, if you do qualify at that last chance meet, you don't really have time for that retraining period, so you never really get your body rejuvenated.
So any swimmer is going to be going to the last chance meet then?
Actually, yes, Senior Andrew McCall, it looks like right now he'll be swimming the 50 freestyle at the last chance meet. So Coach Gold said crazy things can happen in 53, so he's hoping this is one of those races for him.
Sure.
And then on the women's side, they're not going to send anybody. Stephanie Myers was the one swimmer who missed out, and they cut .17 or 17/100ths. She missed it by in the mile freestyle, which is pretty ridiculous. And I think Gold just said that she had a really good race, and she doesn't think that she can repeat that performance. He kind of hinted that she's kind of been not feeling so strong during the whole spring, and then had a really good race and just barely missed it. And I just don't think she wants to go through that again, just barely missing it.
So the women, they stand at 14 qualified then going into nationals. Has Coach Cole mentioned maybe any target positions? I know they finished fourth place last year. Is that kind of the aim this year, or do they think they can get a little higher?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really think they can get higher, but I think fourth, fifth, maybe if they do really well, maybe slip into that third spot is really the target position, which is where they were last year. They certainly did have a very successful conference meet, but Goal was kind of telling me about this the other week, where they have some really strong swimmers, Kate Ahern, Kendra Brunkow, the two seniors there. But unlike Drury, Truman only has 4 or 5 swimmers who are going to score in multiple events and score highly in multiple events. Like Anna Grinter got second in the 200 butterfly nationals last season, but that's really her best event. She might score in a couple other ones, but it's kind of like Grinter and a couple other swimmers are really good in one event, maybe score in a couple other ones, but they're not quite like Drury.
Brennan, with just right now, Sinek going to nationals, possibly adding Andrew McCall, what are Sinek's chances of scoring at nationals?
Judging from where his times stack up against other nationals qualifiers right now, I'd say pretty good. In the 500 free, he is placed 12th nationally, and actually 4 seconds ahead of Missouri S&T's Andrew Showbridge, who Coach Goal said is one of the top distance swimmers in the country, in his opinion. And also in the 1650 in the mile, he's also ranked 12th. In the 400 IM, he has an 8th place ranking.
Okay. So it sounds like, yeah, if he races the way the rankings show, pretty good chance that he could be scoring in multiple events.
Definitely.
And Jack, women, obviously they're going to be sending a lot of people to nationals. Anything stand out as maybe some strengths that they can look for at the national event?
All right. Again, like I was saying, they've got some individual qualifiers that will do really well in the individual meets. Again, Kate Ahern, she's going to do really well in everything she does. I would imagine she'll swim 50, 100 free, 200 IM, maybe the 200 free, I would guess, besides that. But she's going to have some tough competition. There was a girl at the conference meet here she lost to in the sprint freestyles. She lost to a girl at Drury, so she's going to have some tough competition. Other than that, I would say the mile freestyle. Truman, that was really their strong event at conference. They placed 5 out of the top 6 places, including some A and B cuts there. And so that's really their strongest event probably. And they also have all 5 relays qualified now. And I would imagine they'll score in each of those.
So once again, national setup right now. Women have 14 qualified, and men sit with 1 with Jared Sinek. And Jack, Brendan, thanks a lot for coming on and breaking down the conference meet for us. And as always, you can watch the Index Sports Show online at TrumanIndex.com every Thursday.